Welcome to Crowning Around, where every woman wears a crown, whether she's 17 or 70. I'm Joan Caliendo, and this is the space where magic happens when women empower women. Each week, we'll dig into topics like ageism, stepping into your power, and everything in between. And today, we're kicking it all off with a queen in her own right. Me, Ms. New York Senior America. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to October. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been on the air. Welcome to my new guest. We are going to concentrate tonight on the topic of royal friendships, but this is a total pivot because my new guest is here this evening because Stephanie Kalanoff fell ill and we wish her the best. So I went to someone that everyone here knows, Miss Theresa Farrell, who definitely is well known in these parts because she films at this very studio every Monday night live at 8 o'clock with her show, talk show, podcast. What are we calling it?
I call it a talk show / podcast because it's in both.
It's both genres, yeah. Right? And it's called Tea Time at 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And since our topic this evening is royal friendships,
yes,
I thought that we would start with a very heartwarming, beautiful video clip of Theresa with one of her childhood friends. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Theresa.
And I'm Doreen.
Yeah, and we met when we were really young. I was 4.
I was 5.
And we grew up in Bayside, Queens.
Next door to each other.
Yeah, and we've been through a lot over these years. We both were pregnant together and had kids.
We did.
Mm-hmm. And we both have been through divorces.
We have been.
We have.
It's all good.
It's all good. No, it's all good. It's really all good. And what we found over the years is that we love each other. We love our friendship. We love hanging out and doing things and making memories together.
For sure.
Yeah, especially traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we hope to continue making more memories together.
Yeah. More travel.
Yeah.
More adventures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
I love her more.
I know.
Is that not the perfect representation of a dear, dear friendship?
Oh my God.
Not that there are accents involved in that,
Yeah,
that
right?
people
Two girls
watching
from Queens
outside of New York couldn't pick up where we're from. But when you two are too funny. We talk. We talk.
It's true. Yeah. I what are you going to do? I love Dor. I call Doreen. I call her Dor and she calls me T. And I moved to Bayside from Corona, from Queens,
Okay.
and when I was 4, and one of the neighbors said, because I was 4, and my sister was 2.
Okay.
And one of the neighbors said, there's 2 little girls that live 2 houses down from you. And Doreen's a year older than me, and her sister Nadine is actually my sister's age. They're only born a day apart.
Doreen and Nadine.
Right.
Very cute.
And we became fast friends, and then she went away, different college. I go to a different college. So, there was a time where we weren't hanging out.
You found each other
then
again.
We did, especially when we had kids. And it was beautiful to see our girls grow up together.
Lovely. Full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. But I love her dearly. And she's my travel buddy. We went to Greece last year.
Lovely.
We went to Italy this year.
As I know.
And we're looking forward to see where we go next year.
So that's the whole arc of friendships that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes.
And we're calling them royal friendships because they are a treasure.
They are.
They're
and
a treasure.
I'm so blessed to have not one. My dad always said to me, Theresa, you're very lucky if you go through life, your entire life, with one really good friend. And I'm blessed to have more than one. I really am.
Says something about you, Theresa.
It's very unusual.
And you're loyal and faithful, and you're dug in, and these are your roots.
Yeah, yeah. And it's their family.
It's family now. Now it's family. So before we go further with the conversation about friendships, let me tell you a little bit about my new friend, Theresa.
Aw.
So she is a stand-up comedian. She is a producer. She, as we mentioned, has a talk show. She's a host. And she's also an actress, and she's been in many, many, many shows, TV shows, commercials, movies. I went on your IMDb account.
IMDb, yes.
IMDb account. And the two things that stuck out the most to me was that you've been in an off-Broadway production entitled Bat Boy,
Correct.
a true story about
Yes.
Mr. Negron. Yes.
Raina Grown.
And that you are currently in the longest running murder mystery production
Right, in Manhattan.
in Manhattan. And it's been on for how many years?
It's been on for over 30 years. Easy.
and you rotate characters, you turn into different people.
You know, in the beginning, it's called Murdered by the Mob. And in the beginning,
my.
it's so much fun though. It's like going to an Italian wedding and you
remember
eat,
that
you
one?
sing, you dance, you drink.
Tony and Tina's wedding.
And
I
someone
loved
gets
that.
whacked and you have to figure it out.
I love it.
It's very interactive. We get the audience involved and they love it. They really do. And it's a lot of fun. But I started the show a few years ago as an understudy
Okay.
and playing, I was playing Donna Rosella, who was the widow. And then I was playing Bunny, who's the mobster's wife. And then I even played Boom Boom Spumoni, who's this ditzy blonde cop.
No stereotypes here.
No, none. And what happened was one of the cast members who I love, Allie Mulrain, she moved out of New York and she advocated for me to take her principal part as
Wow.
Bunny. So I've been doing it ever since.
Love it. I have to get a chance to see this.
You do. We're actually looking for venues on Long Island
Okay.
to do the show out here because some people don't want to schlep to the city, and I don't blame them. I
But-
mean, it's fun. It could be a fun night, but I know a lot of people like to stay local.
They like to stay local. So our friendship began when Miss Theresa was going to be a contestant in the Senior America pageant this year.
Yes.
And I had the privilege of working with her on certain weekends to hone in her very dynamic tap slash jazz slash
it was a dance medley.
jazz medley. Anything with the term dance in it, she had in her medley. I think a blending of about 10 songs.
Yeah.
And we were working together beautifully, and she was so dynamic. Even when she did her philosophy of life, I knew that she was going to be a great contestant. But sadly enough, the pageant did not happen this year. And Theresa was, not able to fulfill that wish to become Miss New York. But here we are.
Yeah.
And we've been together at several functions.
Yes.
But I just wanted to start the Queen's Court, which is the section that we dedicate the most time to, talking about friendships today, because I sat back when I started to create the plan of action to pivot to you today. And I said to myself, friendships take on so many different levels. You start with childhood friends, which are near and dear, and then you do grow up and you move away and you change, dynamics and things happen. And sometimes you get pulled back. Then you go to college and you have your lifelong college friends that you literally go through everything with. And I'm proud to say I'm still very close to all of them.
Oh, that's great.
It's wonderful. As you grow older, you leave behind your colleagues, some of whom are younger, and then you get into hobbies like pickleball. So my pickleball ladies are dear friends of mine. But most recently, over the weekend on Friday evening, I went back to a 30-year reunion at the high school that I taught at.
Wow.
And now I have friends that were my students that are moms in their own right.
Yeah.
So these young women, Bobby, if you could put up the picture of that, a whole different level of friendship comes about when your students, there they are, turn into moms. And we all got together for Friday Night Lights at Carl Place High School to watch the Frogs dominate.
Nice.
And they brought their daughters with them. So I have lifelong friends now that were once my students. And
That's so cool.
That's just a whole other level of friendship that I thought we would talk about as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start with question number one, and I'm going to start by showing two pictures that show you in your, transition from youth to travel buddy. So here you are as a young woman with
That's Betsy Blank.
Betsy Blank.
Betsy, I met at Queens College.
Okay.
And we just hit it off. I actually wrote a monologue about Betsy that I perform. And she just came up to me and introduced herself, and we were friends ever since. And we did everything together. We became fast sisters.
Nice.
Fast. I mean, she was like, we would joke around and she would say, I would tell her she must have been Italian in her last life.
Everybody was.
She's a Russian Jew. But what happened was she would say, I love Italian food. I love Italy. She went to Italy 3 times.
Wow.
She loved dating Italian men. So we had this running joke of how, she must have been Italian in her last life. And we did everything together. I mean, everything together. And we were supposed to grow old together. And unfortunately, she passed away at 55 from acute myeloid leukemia. And my life hasn't been the same without her, quite honestly.
Yeah, but there was a reason for her to come into your life.
Absolutely. And you know what I say now?
That's a beautiful memory.
You know what I say now? I say now that she's directing my career from
Love
up
that.
there.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then we've transitioned to the other photo, which is, I believe, current. Is this not you this year traveling?
Yeah, that's Raquel. Raquel and I just got back from Aruba. My brother was so sweet. He has a timeshare there.
Lovely.
And he's like, I'm not using it. Do you want to use it? And I said, you don't need to ask me twice. And Raquel and I, the last time we met in 1977 in junior high school.
Wow.
When we were 14. And she and I traveled to Hawaii together back in 1986 was the last time we traveled together. So I said to her, we have this opportunity to go.
Right.
And I was so happy that she said yes.
So the question I was going to ask, but I feel like you've addressed it in every which way with every different friend is, how were your best friendships formed? I think we got through that, but here's the bigger question. How have you sustained your friendships?
I think sustaining friendships, first of all, you have to be honest with each other.
Right.
I mean, honesty is number one to me.
Well, life gets in the way.
Yeah, life does get in the way. And we've all had kids. We've all had these, divorces, and we've all been through hell and back, but we've all been there for each other during those crises. And that's important. I think that I know I can call any one of them at 2:00 in the morning and they're there for me, and vice versa.
And vice versa. So to get to the crux of it, would you say judgment-free zone? These are ladies that will tell you what you need
and I'll
to
tell
hear.
you why. I'll tell you why I'm a little hesitant on saying that.
Okay.
Not that we judge each other, we don't, but I think it's brutal honesty with each
Brutal
other.
honesty,
Like
okay.
I told Monica last night when she did my show. Shout out, Monica. Feel better.
Yes.
I told her, if you're going to ask me, how do I look? What do you think about my outfit? Be prepared to hear the truth.
Right.
And I think that's what's important. I think that we all know we all have different personalities.
Right.
We all know that sometimes we agree with each other, sometimes we disagree with each other, but we still respect each other enough to listen to each other
Right.
and to accept each other for the way we are.
Okay. So
I mean,
if
I
you're,
know I have a big mouth,
right.
and I have a big heart, because
And
that's what my
people
mother.
who
That's
know
what my
you
mother
know
tells
that.
me.
So if you're going to give somebody a critique that might be a little harsh, and you know that they're
Well, I'm not-
sensitive,
It's doing it with love and kindness. I'm not mean or brutal
right.
in any
it's
way.
the way you're saying it.
Yeah, you have to say it the right way. I mean, there are sometimes, depending on the person's personality, you have to know how to deliver it in order for them to accept it.
That's my point. And that's knowing a good friend.
Absolutely.
That's knowing a good friend.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sustaining friendships,
Yeah.
I think you also have to keep in mind that as people grow and change, which we all do, you have to be open to understanding that that change is something that you may not love about your friend, but you have to accept it.
Correct.
Right? In their
and
friendship.
if you don't accept it, there are times where friendships, you break up
Yeah,
like a
fall
marriage.
aside,
There
right.
are times when you have to move on. They feel that they have to move on, or you feel, I'm not really getting what I need anymore from this relationship, and it's toxic and it's not making me happy. And as I'm getting older, I'm learning that I don't put up with as much stuff as I used to when I was younger.
Agree.
Because
As we get
we're older, and
tolerance level
tolerance level is
diminishes.
correct. And life's too short to surround yourself with people who don't put a smile on your face.
Well, That's the key too. So we've all had friends that have come and gone, and many whom have stayed, which is also a testament to us.
Yes.
That,
Yes.
we've put in the hard work to
Yeah.
keep them as friends. But when it does turn to a level where you're not benefiting, right, or it's not reciprocal, then it is time to maybe cut the ties or just take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break from it, or people move away and they change, their ideologies, and
yeah.
maybe you can't accept that. So sustaining a friendship, we can all agree. Anybody who's listening, it's work, it's management, it's acceptance,
Right.
it's honesty.
Yes.
Right? All of those things.
And there are two things I don't
which-
discuss, and that's religion and politics,
Agree.
especially in today's world.
Agree.
It's not worth it.
No, because you love the person too much to get into
Absolutely.
any sort of a disagreement.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question.
Yes.
Is I want to show the unique photos that you sent to me about the generational friendships in your
my
family.
goodness. Well, you want me to explain that
Well,
first?
first I want to show the photos, and then
Okay.
I'll ask the question. So let's start with the first photo,
Okay.
which is
Yeah, I think Bobby ran out of the booth.
oh,
I don't think he's in there, so we're gonna have to wait. But I can explain it.
okay, please explain
while we
it.
wait for him. Okay.
Okay.
So it's very, very extremely rare. This is a 3-generation friendship. 3 generations. Okay, Bobby's
back.
Okay.
Can you put up
This is-
that
this is
picture, Bobby?
The first
number 4?
picture are my grandmother. Okay, so this picture is my grandmother, and my girlfriend Joanne's grandmother. So
Right.
this is 3 generations of friends. They were friends for many, many, many years. Josie Alpino and my grandmother Mary.
I love the coffee and the house
Mary
coat.
Capello.
I love
yes.
that.
Can you tell it's
with the
too
Stella
Italian?
D'Oro cookies in the distance?
I know.
I love it.
And so they grew up as friends,
Okay.
and their husbands were friends.
Okay, go to the
they
next
were in the
picture,
same
Bobby.
business. Then in the next picture is my mother, Jean Canestraci, on the left, and Antoinette Libero on the right. And they were friends forever. Forever. They grew up little, like Joanne and I. In the next pic is Joanne and I, and that's us. And she lives in Florida. She goes back and forth from Florida to the Carolinas because she watches her grandchildren. And I'm godmother to her son, Andrew. And that's
generational friendships.
We're family. It's extremely rare.
Did you call them Aunt so and so, even though they were the friends of your parents?
I didn't. I
we
didn't
did
call.
that.
I didn't. I no. I didn't. I just said Josie or Antoinette. We didn't get into the aunt thing, but yeah, they. That is a special.
That is a
That's a special thing. I don't know
bond.
if. I don't know if 3-generation of friends like that.
No,
I mean, I'm not aware of anyone like that, but I just want to say that this is something that you also have to work with. I mean,
yes.
we both lost our grandmothers, so they're not in the picture. And unfortunately, Joanne's mom passed away many years ago. And my mother was devastated because that was her best friend. I mean, I see pictures of my mom with Joanne's mom when they were little, you know, like preteens, and they made their confirmations and communions
all those-
together. And
all those
they
rituals.
right. So my daughter knows of Joanne's kids,
Right.
but unfortunately it stopped there. It didn't continue for a 4th generation.
But 3 is quite significant.
yeah, and even though we don't get to see each other as much as we used to, when we do, it's like we picked up as if we saw each
That's
other
a good
yesterday.
friend. That's a good friend. But when I look at the pictures, I mean, I had the same stories of existence because my parents had such wonderful, wonderful friends. And of course, they all
Yes.
married young. They were in their
Yeah.
early
That's
20s.
what they did back then.
That's what they did.
My
And they
mom
had
was
babies
19.
when they were
Yeah.
babies. So the friends were such a tight bond because their parents were older and it was different.
And
but of
years
course,
ago, you
the
had-
grandparents lived with us. You know
Yes,
that.
but years ago you had no money, and what you did on the weekends, you went to visit. You went to visit family. You went to visit
Or
friends,
you had company over.
or they came to you. Yes, exactly.
That expression, company
Yeah.
is coming
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Entenmann's cakes came out of the refrigerator.
Stella D'Oro,
And the
yeah.
Stella D'Oro. So, the question is, how do you value friendships as you get older? But I'm going to pivot again a little bit on that question to say, what a beautiful example your mother set for you in creating friendships that were lasting bonds. And you saw that, you learned from it, and you reenacted it. So I have to say that about your mom.
Yeah.
But now that we're older, okay, what is the value of having female connections in your life now at this stage of the game?
Well, it's a sisterhood.
Okay.
I feel it's a sisterhood. I think it's very important to have females in your life that you bond with and that you support and you cheer on and you root on, and you're there for the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's the bottom line. I think it's important to have those connections in your life.
And as we age, and sometimes that includes moving or, changing jobs and transitions that work. Sometimes they don't work. Are these connections like people that you can rely on in any state of the matter of whatever's going on in your life? Is that what is part of the value of those connections?
I think so. I think knowing that someone has your back.
Yeah.
And
other than family members.
Yeah, other than family members. I am a blessed person that with my family, we're very, very close. We're there for each other. We drop everything and we run, literally. And it's the same with my friends. I mean, I know who I can rely on and who I can't rely on. And I mean, other than them not me sharing the same blood in my veins with them, they're family.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking about when I was posing this question. As you get older and you change out of jobs, careers, whatever it is, you start to meet new friends. And
you do, like you.
And like us. Yes. And you change your perspective on what a friendship means because now you're older and you're not going through some of the turmoil of raising children or making ends meet or whatever it is. And I'm finding the women that I'm meeting who are older than me, what I value in them is they are warriors. They've been through the double mastectomy. They've been through the husband passing away and they cared for them diligently. And they've been through, the children's marriages that may have worked or may not have worked. And what I see, the example they're showing me is, you just keep moving forward. And if there's a problem, you fix it and you don't make a big deal out of some of the tragedies that come your way. I am learning so much from the people who are 10, 15 years older than me that I call them the warriors. Yeah. They are just showing
they've been through
but
everything.
not in a, woe is me kind of a way.
No, it's more of a
and I love it.
It's more of a kick-ass attitude.
It's a kick-ass attitude.
Yeah.
And move forward. Keep moving forward.
That's it.
So that's what I'm seeing in transition at this age, saying these 75-year-old women are just so dynamic and not bothered by small things.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. You can't let this. You can't sweat the small stuff.
You can't sweat.
My mother, I tell her all the time because my mother's, it's prerequisite to worry as a mother in general.
Forever.
But she takes it to the next level. And I'll say to her, you could really worry about the things you can control and not the things you can't.
Right.
I mean, because, for little stupid stuff to keep you awake at night, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like quality of life for her now. So on this note, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Imagine turning an ordinary gathering into an electrifying night at a Las Vegas casino. With Ace Authentic Casino and Entertainment, we bring the thrill of blackjack, roulette, poker, and more right to your door. For over 20 years, we've been transforming parties in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut into unforgettable events. Ready to elevate your next event? Experience the joy today with Ace Casino Parties. Visit us at acecasino.ny.com.
Ever felt stuck with a home that just doesn't feel right anymore? Whether it's that outdated kitchen or the bathroom that needs a refreshed look, Twice as Nice Construction has got you covered. Family owned for over 20 years. Twice as Nice Construction has been providing beautiful new construction and additions and stunning remodels like kitchens and bathrooms. We're not just experts, we offer unbeatable quality and prices to help make your dream come true. Ready to start building your dream home or to give your kitchen and bathroom that much needed makeover? Contact Twice as Nice today and make your dream a reality. Visit twiceasniceremodel.com today for quality you can see and service you can trust. Twice the value, twice the commitment, twice as nice.
Hello and welcome back. We're here with Theresa Farrell, and we're talking about the value of friendships that we're calling royal friendships because they are to be treasured. Hope everyone's getting this. We started to have a conversation about what friendships looked like when our mothers were young and how that was the example that was pretty much set for us. And we continued with the patterns of loyalty, and even distance didn't change that. But now we're up to a point in the show that I like to call the tiara tip, which is almost setting the tone for what could you say to future generations regarding the value of friendships. So I'm going to get to a quote. But first, I want to show a photo of our new friendships with Monica and Linda.
Yeah.
At an event that we went to in a woman's backyard in Massapequa, who every year does this crazy pink party to commemorate the fact that she has beaten breast cancer.
Yes.
And she throws this bash in her backyard.
It was a lot of fun.
And she had a drag queen.
It was great.
We had trivia events. We had a DJ. Monica and Linda set up their Poppy Lane pop-up shop, which was fantastic, but it was pouring rain when we got there. So it was a little rough at the start, but at the end of the day, that didn't dampen anybody's spirits because all of the women who were there, and believe me, they went in and changed their costumes repeatedly the whole day, were there to support their friend who went through a really, really tough time, which a lot of women on Long Island have experienced. And being that it's October and we're celebrating, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we shout out to all of you ladies who have dealt with issues along these lines, and we are proud of you and we commend the way you've held yourself with such dignity. But at this party, we saw the power of friendship and female bonding. So I thought I'd give you a quote and ask you to comment on it because it's the tiara tip.
Because there were a lot of women there who were either had cancer, going through cancer, touched by cancer. Everyone's been touched by.
Right. Here's the quote.
Yes.
Surround yourself with women who fix your crown. Comment.
Is it a little tilted? I like that.
Mine is on the opening of the show.
I like that quote.
Yes.
I do, because that, to me, that's just saying that they've got your back. They're looking out for you.
Okay.
If there's a problem, they're going to be there to help you fix it.
How about the fact that you may not know it's tilted?
Well, this is true too. That's like when you have lipstick on your teeth.
Yeah.
Or a piece of food and you see something, you say something. You know what I'm saying?
That's another New Yorkism.
Your bra strap is showing, let them know.
Yes.
Or the tag is hanging out, fix it. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
So women who fix your crown. So Monica definitely is one of those women who will always fix your crown.
Yes.
But interestingly enough, I just got back from the pageant in Atlantic City.
Oh, how was it?
Interesting. So there's 48 women wearing crowns all day, every day, walking through the casino.
Right.
And good for them, proud of the fact that they came from their home state and they're there to represent.
Yeah.
And the ages run from 60 to 80.
Yes.
Or 88. So when you're walking through the casino, though, I have to be funny. The Southern women carry themselves in such a way. They're always in bright colors and beautifully dressed. 7 a.m. and you're going to practice and it's 2 degrees in the casino because they're trying to keep you awake.
Yeah.
And that doesn't faze them.
No.
And you hear the gentlemen who have been up all night on the slot machine go, "Oh, good morning, Miss Alabama. Good morning." When they would see me, I'm not even kidding. This is what they would say to me. "Yo, Miss New York, what's happening?" And I would stop
it's funny.
and say, "Why?"
They wanted to make you feel like you were home.
I guess. So, interestingly enough, the people from the other states loved that reaction that I got constantly.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, I found the whole week that when I went back and saw the ladies that had competed with me, there's a lot of repeat people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found myself taking care of them again because
Really?
once you see how busy they are and how tired they are and they're running,
Right.
I always feel the need to help them out because, that's the fix the crown mentality that I think is kind of
Right.
built
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Did you go to Catholic school?
I did not.
Okay, interesting, because I've always had a little connection with the ladies who have done that. You went to Bayside High?
I actually went to Cardozo High School.
Oh, very good
So there
school.
was, when you go to Marie Curie, I went to Marie Curie 158. That's how I knew that trivia answer.
Oh, that was the first question. I remember.
Either you went to Bayside High School, Cardozo, Benjamin and Cardozo High School, or you went to Francis Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
So
Francis Lewis.
I was zoned for Cardozo.
That's a very good school.
It was an excellent school. Excellent school. That's District 26 in Queens back in the
I
day.
always think of Hunger Games when they say District 20. I represent District 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
But, all right, so that was our tiara tip that, when you see a woman whose crown may be tilted and whatever reference that means,
Right.
fix it.
Yeah.
Be the person that's helpful. Be
Yeah.
the person that doesn't call attention to the diagonal slant, but be attentive to the fact that that person might need a little nip tuck, and you should be the person to do that in
Yeah,
a careful way.
definitely.
I agree with that. Okay, so that brings us to the part of the show which is called our crowning moment.
Okay.
Okay. And for many people, crowning moment is, having their first child or marrying the man of their dreams or buying the house that they've always wanted.
Okay.
But I'm steering away from those milestones. And I'm asking you to give a shout out to a person in your life that made the biggest difference in your life.
It would have to be my mother.
All right, great. We happen to have a photo. So there she is.
The silver fox.
She sure
Jean
is.
Cannistraci.
Tell us about her.
Oh, my mother. She's unbelievable. If she's a saint. My mother's a saint. She's one of those people who she thinks of everybody. She runs for everybody. I mean, I hope that I am half the woman that she is,
That's wonderful.
quite honestly. She's my rock, and I've been through a lot in my life, and I've given her most of that gray hair, because she'll tell you,
Really?
she'll tell you, out of all my kids, you're the one that gave me the most gray hair. I've had many medical issues in my life, and have been hospitalized many times, and as a mother, because my daughter had to go in for heart surgery.
Oh.
And for the first time in my life, I was actually able to feel what my mother felt.
Understand it full circle.
And it is terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. And I'm thinking, God, this is what I put my mother through. And it broke my heart that she went through it. Do you know what I mean? But my mother she's my rock. She's always there for me. I can tell her anything and everything, and I have, from sex to any other topic you can think of. And usually my mom's always right. I had something by my eye, and I kept ignoring it. It was almost like a scab, and I kept ignoring it. And she's like, you better get that checked. And sure enough, I did. And it ended up being skin cancer.
Good Lord.
And so I always listened to my mother, like when I was getting forgetful and I was leaving the stove on, and I was in Florida for my dad's 80th birthday, and I made everyone breakfast. And she's like, you forgot to turn the stove off. And I'm like,
Wow.
wow. So you better get that checked when you get back to New York. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Wow.
So I listened to my mother. Actually, I should have made my mother choose my husband, my first husband.
Where did you go wrong?
My first husband. But, I think, but it is what it is. And God bless my parents. I'm very blessed to still have them. My dad's going to be 91. My mom's going to be
God
88. They're married
bless.
68 years. And they're still holding hands after all these years. Maybe because they're holding each other up. I don't know. But, but my mom is my rock. She's my rock. There's nothing I cannot go to her.
So everything you are, everything you've become, everything you've achieved you can trace right back to her tutelage,
Absolutely.
the way she groomed you and raised you.
Yes.
And taught you.
I'm not as neurotic as her. At least I try not to be.
You might become that way.
You know, you become your parents as you get older, right? You say things and you do things, and you're like, oh my God, I'm like saying what my mom said, or something like that. But my mom is. Everyone loves her. She's like the favorite aunt in the family. She's the patriarch. I mean, it's.
Would your daughter say that you're like her?
I will say this. Yes, my sister says I'm like her. I'm sure my daughter agrees. My dad will tell me, you know, you may look like me, but you're all your mother.
Okay,
and I say thank you,
and you
and I say thank you,
and you see it.
I do, and and now I take it as a compliment. You know, I really do, because she's incredible. She's amazing.
I love that.
You know, like I said,
I hope she watches this so that she gets to hear all these wonderful things.
So gonna make her
tune in.
Watch it.
Jean, right? Her name's
Jean, and like I said, I try to involve her in everything in my life, every aspect of my life. As a matter of fact, I took her to a movie premiere, and
she must
to have her there.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
You know, now she gets what I'm trying to do.
Finally.
You know what I mean? You know, because it was like, yeah, when are you going to get a real job? I'm like, and then she sees it, and she's like, you know, she sees that it's my passion, and it's.
Was she dramatic? Was she someone in the arts?
Oh, let me tell you something. I wish I sent you the picture of my mother, Sweet 16, because when my mom was Sweet 16, she looked just like Liz Taylor.
Wow.
I think I showed it to you at the party. I think I had showed it to you. She looked just like Liz Taylor, and she had an opportunity to go to California. And I always said that if she went, I probably wouldn't have been born, because they would have snatched her up and taught her how to dance and sing and act, you know, like Debbie Reynolds or something.
Right.
And she looks a little like Hedy Lamarr. She's just stunning.
Classic beauty.
Oh, forget about it. And so she's a little overdramatic at times. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I want to know where you get it from. It had to come from somewhere.
I get it from my mom and my grandmother, her mother. Let me tell you something. My grandmother, my mother's mother, dressed like Madonna before Madonna.
No.
Yes. My grandmother.
Crucifixes,
she
gloves.
She was in the lace gloves.
Yeah.
Long pearls. And she had that.
Was she an immigrant, or she was born in America?
My grandmother was actually born here, but when her mother died, my grandfather took her back to Italy when she was 7.
Oh.
And he remarried right away, because that's when you did when you have 12 children.
12?
Yes. She was one of 12. And,
wow.
You know. And
yeah, he needed help.
She was the oldest. And he had to get married right away to help take care of kids. And then he had, you know, not 12 with his first. He had 2, my grandmother, my uncle, and then he had 10 more when he remarried. So,
and then came back to the United States.
Yes, they came back to the States.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we did just celebrate Columbus Day.
We did
yesterday,
did.
I was in a big parade down Deer Park Avenue.
Nice.
And honestly, I have to say this: shout out to the people of the town of Babylon. You did a beautiful job. Recognizing Italian American heritage for what it is.
Yeah.
It's not about scandalous events. It's about Italians that built this country.
Absolutely.
And the prevailing heritage that they've passed on to people like us. So that's what the celebration was about. So
my
dad's
parents were both born in Italy.
We're from Italy.
Came here with nothing through Ellis Island. And my grandfather was a war hero. He was captured, and he was given many years later a medal from the Italian consulate.
Wow.
It was in the Daily News like years ago. I think I was in high school or something. But and they had 7 kids. My dad's one of 7. To see them just blossom.
Right.
You know, in a
take
world
the
that they're not used
opportunities,
to.
right, and run with it. Well, that's America, and that's what they all did, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, standing on their shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we are at the end of our show
already.
Yeah, I know, right? We could talk about this
fast.
for forever. I have to thank you immensely, because this morning is when
I got a text at 8 a.m.
Stephanie decided that she definitely could not make it. She was really not doing well with the medication they had given her. And I said, who can I get quickly and efficiently, who knows how to be spot on when it comes to answering questions and being in front of the camera. And you were the first person I thought of.
I appreciate that.
And I so appreciate that you were able to come in at the last minute's notice. And you pivoted beautifully, which is what I asked of you.
Thank you.
And I hope that this takeaway for today's show was really understanding the value of friendships and
Yes.
the longevity of friendships.
Can I just give 2 shout outs?
Absolutely.
My friend Matthew Ponzo, who I've known for over 40 years.
Okay.
I just want to give him a shout out. And Maria DeMarco, who I actually met in dancing school. We're still friends till today. So like I said,
I'm glad you mentioned
so
Matthew
blessed.
because it's not just about the lady
It's
friends
not
that
just
we've
about.
had
It is not
in
just
our
about
lives,
women.
'cause-
Women and men can
Yes,
just be
friends.
friends.
Oh, that's
They
for certain.
can.
That's
and
for certain.
he is my heart. He is my soul. We are there for each other. Another love of my life. Really,
Soulmate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
He's so Matthew. I love you. He
Very
knows
nice.
that though.
Very nice,
Yeah.
Matthew. You didn't make it into the photos. I'm sorry,
Sorry, Matthew and Maria didn't make it into the
Sorry.
photos. Sorry.
It's just so many.
But I just have to mention them because they are also lifelong friends.
Well, I think they would know that, right? After
Yeah,
what
no,
you said
yeah.
about everything.
Yeah.
So that leads us to what will be coming up in another week and a half. So this is my royal invitation to join us for the Halloween edition, which will be.
I hope you're getting dressed up.
I definitely am.
All right.
On 10/28,
Okay.
Tuesday the 28th, and I'm going to be welcoming Lindsay Alessio. Okay, if you could put up that photo, there she is, beautiful Lindsay. She is the founder and creator of Beauty Affair magazine, which has a platform to celebrate the beauty, fashion, and wellness industries across Long Island. She is definitely a visionary and behind the Long Island Beauty Awards, which I've been able to go to. And what I see there is that she prides herself on producing high-profile events for nonprofit organizations. So
Beautiful.
yes, any event that I've gone to that Lindsay has sponsored, most notably the one at the restaurant 110 in Melville. Yes, there are plenty of plastic surgeons there. Yes, there are plenty of people with injectables. Yes, there are beautiful, beautiful people, including the New Jersey housewives that were there that day. But at the end of the day, it's Lindsay giving back to the community and offering all kinds of programs to people that are experiencing hair loss. And another funny situation was one of the raffles was, do you need a salmon sperm facial?
I heard of them.
Yes,
I
that was one
heard
of the
of
raffles.
them.
So I didn't know that I needed that, so I didn't put my ticket in. But Lindsay explained
It
to
does
me
exist.
that it exists, and it's absolutely very good for your skin. So my last closing that will be on 10/28. Lindsay will be here to talk about her magazine. And her programs. But the last thing I'd like to say is please keep us in mind when you vote for the Best of Long Island. The voting continues until December 15th. You can vote every day. So once a day, you can put in your email and they will tabulate the votes. And we appreciate that. And I don't have to tell you as a history teacher how important the power of voting is.
It is.
But it is absolutely essential. And I thank you for those who have voted already.
Yes, and I'm actually in my own little thing called Fabulous Over 40, even though I'm a lot older than that.
Okay.
And people are starting to vote for me too, so I'm excited.
Amen.
I'm excited
So
about
keep
that.
all of that in mind when you
Yeah.
go and look that up on your phones or your computers. Thank you so much again, Theresa. This
Oh,
was
thank you for
fabulous.
having me. I appreciate
And I'll see
it.
you guys in another week. Have a great evening.
Good night.
Good night.